But here we are. This is it. This is the beginning of my adventure to the Caribbean. A boyhood dream. Yeah, boyhood dream of sailing across the Atlantic. I've read all the books. I worshipped all the heroes. Oh yes, and here we are doing it. It's great.
For, I don't know, 9 months, gonna wash all the dirt off her. Lovely. Get those sails clean, please. Yes, I love it.
For the last 4 or 5 days, I've been in company of this wonderful stuff. It's just floating in the sea. I don't know what it is. It's seaweed, it's algae, I don't know. And it seems to flow in lines. This one's a bit broken up by the waves, but it flows in massive great lines, miles long. You can see this one here, it's just floating off into the distance, and we're coming up on it now. Yeah, it's amazing, beautiful colors. I'm gonna have to do some research. There's something about the Sargasso Sea or something. I don't know if that's what it is. But yes, and it's been with us now for 3-4 days. Here are the Canary Islands. We've of course come down from Europe and Portugal, then from the Canaries sailed down to the Cape Verdes, where I was here in Mindelo, trapped for a month and a half with dust storms and wind and so on and so forth, waiting to cross the great Atlantic Ocean. There you go, North Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, to the Caribbean, 2,500 miles. And I haven't really filmed much. It's been pretty good, but very roly-poly. But we're basically just over the page. Today's a momentous day because today we turn over the chart. No more old world, but there we have it, the Caribbean. And we're going to go here, Barbados. And right now we're down here. And that is a point which marks the halfway point of the journey. And that is coming up in just a few minutes' time. I was doing some calculations, and the other day we passed the halfway point in the Atlantic. That's a different point to halfway course on my journey. If you measure the Atlantic from the coast of Africa right across to the Caribbean islands, that's pretty much the Atlantic Ocean. and I calculated a halfway point from there. Sorry if the camera's jiggling around, the wind is blowing quite a lot outside, and that was there. But today we're halfway point on our journey because we set off from here, not from Africa. So it's halfway point on our journey, and then we're off up here to the Caribbean islands and some fun in the sun, baby. And when that goes over to 700, we're halfway to the Caribbean Sea. Oh, Barbados, we're coming, man, we're coming, halfway there now. I don't normally drink at sea, but that's a celebration. There's got to be a beer in here somewhere. Yeah, happy days, cheers. Don't normally drink, but it's hot and I'm celebrating. In fact, it's so hot I had to shave the beard off. Really, it was really hot here now. And yeah, 10 days out and we're halfway there. That's an average of about 100 miles a day. It would have been a little bit more, but the last few days have been just a tad rough, so we couldn't sail as fast as we like. There's still quite a bit of swell. It's nice, but the swell kind of knocked the sails around, and as you can see there, boats falling all over the place, and the foresail keeps losing the wind. There's not a lot of wind and a lot of swell, but anyway, we're doing okay, about 5 knots at the moment. Getting there. So yeah, Barbados it's going to be. I got a friend who happens to be coming out there anyway, going to meet up with me. Awesome, and we'll see how we go from there. But there's still another 10 days to do out here, which will be faster than I thought. I thought it was going to take me about 27 days. Still might, depends on the weather. Cheers. Yes. Whoa, woke up this morning, down, and the mighty Shadmeister is hauling ass. Again, video just flattens everything out. You can't truly get a concept of this. It's she's doing about 5 or 6 knots at the moment, but we were doing a sustained 8 knots for about 15 seconds a few minutes ago. Yeah, I probably got slightly too much sail up overnight. But having too much sail on overnight is certainly paying dividends this morning. It's just starting to rain a little bit, and we've really covered some miles last night. I'm so happy with that. So I filmed that the last piece you just saw, went below because, as I said, it had just started to rain. Put the camera away, and all of a sudden it went quiet. And I'm like, what the hell? And the speed dropped straight off. So yeah, the sails started backing up on themselves like they were doing all yesterday because there wasn't enough wind. You can see that keeps going loose now. So what the hell's going on? And the speed came right down. And what it was, because it had started raining, gave me the clue. When I came on deck, we were actually in the middle of a squall. I thought we'd be just sailing fast. I didn't notice all the clouds around the place, even though I was swinging the camera around. So we were actually in the middle of a squall. For those that don't know, at sea, when you see a cloud, where there are no clouds and you see a cloud, usually underneath it there's rain and high winds. Not always, but a lot of times, especially in the tropics where we are now. That's what I mean about the squalls. You have a look at that cloud low down near the water, that'll be windy. So I'm thinking, oh, we're sailing really fast. No, you're in a squall, and that's about to take my ear off. Yeah, so once again, we're rolling like hell. Speed's dropped. We're still doing 4.5 knots, which is what we were doing yesterday, and we've made quite a bit of mileage up because the day before we were again quite slow, not doing what we were doing earlier. But I think we're down to something like 800 miles to go, which is great. And as you saw, we turned the page on the chart. We passed the crease. There was actually a physical crease in the water. We went over that now, and I knew I had to turn the chart over then. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. If you can see behind me there, yeah, it's lovely. Been away a long time, working in the sea. Made my decision and my lady set me free between the deck and the deep blue sea. between the depth and the deep blue sea. My friend, you remember good times that we had, playing the game, life not so bad, between the depth and the deep blue sea. I'm between the depth and the deep blue sea. Got myself an ocean just to sail away. Can't give you a reason why now I couldn't stay. I'm between the depth and the deep blue sea. I'm between the depth and the deep blue sea. Can't play that game no more, around like you want me to. I can't play that game no more. So I must go to the other side. Got to follow my pride. I'm between the depth and the deep blue sea. I'm between the depth and the deep blue sea. I'm between the depth and the deep blue sea. The lifeline boy, and he goes back over there, and I worked out I have only 7 seconds to get to it if I fall off the boat. This other one down here, that's nothing to do with safety. That's a couple of pairs of underpants being washed. That's how we do our laundry out here in the middle of the Atlantic.